So let me record from my side and let me share the screen. Okay, so we'll do one thing. First, we'll initiate the patching. Okay, and then
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, sometime my recording failed to convert this type of message I was getting. So, is there any way I get a full recording?
Do one thing. Just create a login in the Zoom. Okay, so that you will get a link. Okay, once you logged
Mm-hmm.
in, you will get a link where the files are downloading. Just go to that location. Okay, again just click on the file name. Okay, so that again it is going to start converting the file and all. Create a login. Okay, just create a sign in the Zoom. That will help you to find the old links and you can convert the files. Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
fine. Let me initiate the patching first, then we'll discuss the remaining things so that we can save the time. So now you see here, it is like it is running on RTM, right? So this is the patch file that we have already downloaded and copied, right? Minimize the things, right? This is the patch file we have. Right click on it, run as administrator. Hmm. Right, okay. So if you just expand the show details, you can see restart computer check. Okay, let me go back. You can see restart computer check. Okay, this check would be failed in case if your machine needs reboot. As of now, your server don't needs any restart, so restart computer check is successful. If your server needs restart, this check would be failed. As discussed in these pre-checks, if any of the check is failed, you cannot see the next button. Next button will be grayed out. Okay, now any restart is not required, so that's why the restart check is successful. If it is showing failed, what is the solution? If restart computer check is failed, how you are going to fix the issue?
Rerun again.
Rerun again will fix the issue. Restart computer check is failed, how you are going to fix the issue? Simple solution, you all know the solution.
Restart the computer.
Restart the computer, that's it. Restart the close all the windows, restart the computer, again open the setup file. Okay, so if you rerun it, what is the use? It's like even though if you rerun, the same kind of result will be there, right? It needs a reboot, that's why it was failed. Until you reboot the server, the check will be failed even you rerun the checks. Okay, let me go to next. Yeah, Brian, restart the server. Yes, for every setup we'll have I accept the license terms. Next. Yes, here you can see a default instance. We are patching a default instance. I have a few questions here. Imagine I have 3 instances with the same version in the same machine. Okay, so let me discuss these two cases now. Notepad. While patching in the Windows machine, we have 3 instances, okay, of 2017. Okay, imagine we have 3 instances of 2017, right? So these 3 instances are, one instance is at, one instance is patched with CU10, one instance is, second instance is patched with CU12, third instance is patched with CU24. Okay, third instance is already patched with CU24. Imagine this is the scenario. Okay, now while patching the SQL server, okay, what you can do from your side? Can you patch all the 3 instances at a time, or else one instance is already patched with CU25? Imagine I am patching SQL server with CU25, right? So I have 3 instances. One instance is patched with CU10, another instance is patched with CU12, one more instance is already, third instance is already patched with CU25. Now how many instances you can patch? How many are the eligible instances to patch now? Sorry,
So, sir.
2 instances are eligible. Okay, why? Because third instance is already patched with CU25. Okay, so in case in this in this screen, you can see how many instances are there. You can see all the instances in this screen, guys. It will show you only the eligible instances. Imagine SQL Server 2016 is also there in the same machine. SQL Server 2016 is also there. One instance with SQL Server 2016 is also there in the same machine, but it won't show you in this setup. Why? Because 2016 is not an eligible instance to patch with this file. So in this window, you can see the eligible instances. If already instance is patched, okay, instance will be checked like this. You can see, right, shared features already checked. I cannot uncheck it, right? If already patch is completed, okay, beside instance name you can see this kind of check, means that is already patched. If you have 2 instances, you can see one instance like this and another instance with instance name. In case you want to skip it, customer is approved only for one instance, don't patch this instance. Customer is saying, hey, patch only the like first instance only, don't patch the second instance. Okay, in such case what you can do is, if customer is not okay with the instance patch, you can simply uncheck that particular instance. When, if you have multiple instances, if you want to patch all the multiple instances in a single shot, you have to check all the instances like this. If you want to skip any instance, you have to uncheck that instance so that the patch will be skipped on that particular instance. Okay, you have to be very careful in this screen. Okay, right, I have only one instance now in this machine, so I'm selecting that instance. Next, that's it, final screen. It will check what are the files are in use in the background. Any files are in use, not an issue for us. Why? Because we already took the downtime, so you can proceed. You can simply skip this step, you can go to next. Why? Because we already took the downtime. Even though some files are using in the back, usually you will get a list of files that are using in the background, like SSMS is using in the background. Okay, sometimes you will get SSMS in this screen, so that's not an issue. You can simply go to next. That's it, this is the final screen. Action is equal to patch and click on update. Okay, this is how we are going to patch the SQL server. Actually, we have explained a lot of things, we have discussed a lot of things, that's why it took time, 2 hours like that. But nothing is there in the patching. Next, 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 patch it. Select the instance, what instance you want to patch it. Next, next, patch. Patching is a, I told you, right, there will be no difficult thing in patching the server, but Successful patching needs lot of pre-checks and post-checks. Those things and all we have already discussed. Okay, fine. Right. Okay, so let me discuss the last check, which is a physical machine or virtual machine. Okay. So why we have to check a machine is a physical machine or virtual machine? I'll tell you. You have to deal physical machine with a different way, virtual machine in a different way. Imagine there is a physical machine, a old machine is there. Okay. A SQL Server 2005 is running on Windows Server 2003, which is an old machine. It's a physical machine. The server is in UK or US. As a precautionary method, you just restarted the server before patching. You are waiting 1 minute, server is not coming online. 2 minutes over, server is not coming online. 5 minutes over, server is not coming online. 10 minutes over, server is not coming online. You are doing this activity on Saturday. Saturday, physical server, no one will be there in the office location Saturday. You found that server is not coming online since 1 hour. While restarting the server, a restart failed. It was stuck in a situation where someone has to check it physically. If it is virtual machine, you can take any Windows guys help. They can log in remotely and they can restart it from their side. If it is virtual machine, it's a physical machine until it's been backed, until it's completely rebooted. No one can control that machine from anyone throughout the globe. Okay, no one can control the machine. It has to be up and running, then only anyone can anyone can do a RDP for that machine. But the problem here is the server is not coming online. 1 hour over, 2 hours over. It's a physical machine. No Windows guys can helpful. Why? Because the server is there in the US center, US data center. Someone from the US data center, someone from that location has to go to office. They have to check where the system struck and they have to fix the issue, then only they can restart the server. Okay, so in such scenario, how you are going to deal that situation? No one is there in the office as it is Saturday weekends. How you are going to deal that situation? Very difficult, guys. Okay, so that's why you have to be very, there is no solution until someone goes to the office location, until someone helped. Anyone from Windows team has to go to the office location. He has to check the data center, he has to check the server, and he has to go to the server physically, and he has to check it where it was struck, and he has to fix that issue. Then only the server will be up and running, then only again you can patch it. Okay, so if it is Saturday Sunday and all, no one, 99% is in the US UK side. Okay, no one will be there in the office, the data center and all, then you have to wait till Monday. But you took the approval for only 2 hours or 3 hours. 2 days the server will be down. Okay, so these kind of issues you have to face. That's why before patching itself, you have to check it's a physical machine or virtual machine. If it is a physical machine, explain the same situation to the customer. It's a physical machine. If we do the patching on weekends, if something happened, no one will be there to help us. So let's do it on weekdays so that someone will be there in the office. The server is not restarting properly and all. So that if you explain this thing to a customer, then he's going to approve to do the patching on weekdays. So 99% is hardly, very less servers will be a physical servers. 5 to 10% servers will be a physical servers. 99% nowadays all are virtual machines only. But hardly you can find 1 or 2 servers. That's it. See, forget about 1 server or 2 server. Once you face it, the issue means it leads to a peak situation. Case will be escalated. Okay, client will be angry on you. Why you didn't check that thing before patching itself? Okay, so it's our responsibility. So we have to check whether the server is physical machine or virtual machine. Then if it is a physical machine, make sure either you patch on weekday. If customer is not agreeing for patching on weekday, make sure you are keeping someone in that location during the patching on weekends. Customer is only okay with a Saturday or Sunday, then make sure you took the approval from Windows team. Ask someone should be available in the data center to help us out in case if nothing, if it's not going properly, so that in case if something went wrong, he is going to check from his side and he will restart the server so that server will be back and again we can log into the server remotely. Okay, so very important thing. Okay, so this is my experience, that's why I'm explaining this. Okay, so you have to be very careful. And again, if you are patching the SQL server on weekends, try to copy the files. These kind of issues also we are going to face sometimes. Okay, sometimes what you have to do, you have to copy the files to the servers, right? Copy files, patch files to the servers, right? Sometimes shared locations are not working. Okay, shared locations where you just keep your, okay, patch file, that shared location may not work from the server. You don't have any other shared location, but this shared location, the existing shared location is not working from the new server or from that particular server. In such case, how can you copy the file? You cannot download the service pack or cumulative update directly to the server. Servers don't have internet connection. How you are going to fix this issue? You are unable to copy the file from your shared location. The shared location path is not working on that server. How to fix this issue? Okay, you are in weekend, no one will be there to help you. Okay, in such case we don't know these kind of issues will come. So weekday itself copy the patch files to the server. If the shared path is not working, colleagues will be there to help you out. Might be they are going to give you another shared path, or there is an alternative way to copy the files on weekday itself. If it's weekend, you cannot copy the files itself. How can you patch it? Your 2 hours window will be completed, okay, to copy the files itself. Very difficult thing. It's a very minor thing, but if you skip these kind of things, you have to face the issues. Again, the patching window will be failed. You have to give the explanation why you didn't patch the server if the change is not implemented in the during the change time. Okay, so that's why before weekday itself, copy the service pack files to the servers. Check whether the shared location is working or not to copy the files. If it is working on weekday itself, copy the service pack files, service packs and cumulative update files. Then try to patch the server on weekends. Make sure everything is ready by Saturday evening. Okay, then Sunday, or sorry, Friday evening, make sure is everything ready. Make sure you copy all the service pack files on Friday evening itself. Then happily you can patch on Saturday and Sunday. These are the best cases to do a successful patching. Okay, any questions, any doubts, guys? Right, now if you can see, it was successfully patched. See, all the components are patched here. Okay, you can see here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how to apply the patch on command line?
We are discussing one thing, right? So let it complete. Okay, it was not yet
Okay.
complete, then we'll discuss how to apply the patch and command line. Okay, I'll tell you. Right, so here the components are successfully patched, right? You mostly you have to check this one, database engine should be succeeded. Okay, if database engine is succeeded, okay, then 99% you don't face any issue. Sometimes all components will be succeeded, but database engine will be failed. Okay, in such case your patching is failed, the result is failed only. Even though you see all the components, all other components are succeeded. Okay, if the database engine is failed, the result is failed. Why? Because this is the main component that has to be succeeded. Okay, so make sure the database engine is succeeded. If it is failed, again you have to fix the issue. You have to check the issue why it was failed. Based on the troubleshoot and fix the issue again. Again try to patch it again. Okay, for the successful patching. Right, once it was successfully completed, close the window and connect to your SSMS. Okay, and check whether the bill number is changed or not. Okay, see here, this is RTM bill number, right? After patching, okay, it has to be changed to, what is the bill number, what is the new bill number for CU25? What is the new bill number? 3401, right? So go to the server and refresh this one. You can see, right, 1000.169. Refresh it. Now you can see 3401.7 and run the query. Select at version, you can see 14.0.1000.169 and RTM, right? Run the query. Now you can see, okay, RTM 25, CU25. You can see CU25 and you can see the number also 14.0.3401.7. Okay, you can see here, right? You can see same number. So in this way, you can patch the SQL Server. Any questions, any issues? Is it clear? Fine. Any issues, guys?
No, sir.
No issues. Okay, so this is successful, right? Right, fine. So I guess Joshi, right? You asked, right, how to patch the SQL Server using command line, right? So there is another way for us to patch the server using command line. Okay, for that you need a command that is called unattended mode. Unattended mode. Okay, patching your SQL Server with the command line, you can do it. A very simple command is there, but a tricky command. Okay, you have to open command prompt with run as admin mode, and you have to give service pack.exe. This is the service pack name. Okay, slash qs, quite simple. Okay, and action is equal to patch, and what instance you are patching, name of the instance. If you run this query in the command prompt, you can patch the SQL Server using command. Okay, this is up to SQL Server 2008. Okay, from SQL Server 2008 R2 onwards, you can give this command. What is that? Okay, service pack name.exe slash qx, action is equal to patch. If you mention all instances, it will patch all the instances. Even though there is only one instance, instead of giving the instance name, you can mention like this, all instances. If you are make sure there is only one instance, you can give all the instances. If you want to, if you have 2 to 3 instances, multiple instances are there. తీసేయండి మా దగ్గర. తీసేయండి పర్లేదు. Right, so in case you want to patch slash all instances, if you mention slash all instances, then happily you can patch all the instances. This is the query to patch. But what you have to do is, okay, first of all you have to copy the service pack file. Okay, you have to give the service pack name. What is the service pack name for us? This is the service pack name, SQL Server 2017 KB 500 3830 -x64.exe will be the service pack name. Let me show you that command. Okay, command. Okay, let me open the command prompt with run as administrator mode. Right, okay, so right click, run as admin mode. Okay, where is your service pack? On the desktop, right? How to go to the desktop? Can anyone tell me how to go to the desktop using command prompt?
CD desktop, CD space.
Very good. CD space desktop.
Yes.
Right, very good. Okay, so let me type the file. Yes, just click on tab button so that automatically, okay, you can see the file starting with yes. Okay, SQL Server 2017. This is the actual file, right? You can see SQL Server 2017, and you can see the same file 2017 KB 500 3830. So, okay, then hyphen / qs hyphen slash action is equal to patch space action is equal to name of the instance. All instances will patch all the instances. As I have only one instance, okay, you can mention all instances. Okay, all instances. If you write this query wrong, if any of this query is wrong, it will simply throw you the error. As I have already patched the SQL Server, if you run this, I guess you will get an error. First it will extract. Okay, not error, it will simply tell you no instances to patch. Right, Swati? Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Got it now.
Yeah. Okay, so you can use command also to patch the SQL Server. Okay, so this is the command to patch any SQL Server. Right, any questions, guys? Any issues, any doubts? If no doubts, that's it for today. Okay, in the next weekend, next Friday, we'll discuss, okay, how to fix the patching issues, where to check whether patch is successful or not, okay, how we are going to do, okay, what kind of issues we are going to get while patching the SQL server. Okay, so these kind of things we are going to discuss in the next Friday, and then we'll keep discussing security part and all. Okay, so it is throwing some error. What is that error? Okay, it was closed. Might be the instance is already patched, right? So that's why it is showing the same kind of information, right? So that's it for today. In case you want to patch it, remove the patch again, you can patch using command prompt. Okay, in the next class I'll tell you how to remove the patch also. Okay, fine. So that's it for today, guys. Any questions, any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we are good to close the session for today.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Please, I
Priya.
want to request for the recording because I came late.
Okay,
like
okay,
the
that's
first
fine.
one.
Yeah. I'm going to upload in the YouTube. Okay, give me some time.
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay,
upload
okay,
the.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem, Priya. Any questions, any doubts, guys? Thank you, Andy.
No,
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good night, all.
thank you, sir.